If you're like me and think there's a lot of elegance to be found in simplicity, well then you're just going to absolutely fall in love with my Christmas gift box, decorated with some touches of gold, the holly embossing folder, and the tin tag stamp set. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Welcome to StampingSmiles.com. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 15 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles. While my project is very simple to do, you know, out of all the Christmas packaging I've done over the years, I have to say this is my absolute favorite. Here's a closer view of the holly embossing folder and the tin tag stamp set. The beauty of the holly embossing folder, well, that's going to be revealed in just a bit when we emboss with it. And then the tin tag stamp set. Look at the beautiful font. I'm crazy about this. Now, the tin tag stamp set is designed to coordinate with the tin tags project kit, but it definitely works as a standalone too, for gift tags and for greetings. Just love, love, love this set. Okay, and so we're going to start with this. We're going to do some stamping. So I have here some Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to do, because we're doing gold, we're going to emboss in gold, so I have the gold Stampin' Emboss powder. But because we're going to emboss, first we want to get rid of any of the static or oil that's left from my fingertips by rubbing this Embossing Buddy over it. It's just a little miracle bag. Okay, and so we're going to use a VersaMark ink. We want an ink that stays wet for a good while. In the VersaMark, it's a permanent ink. It's great for embossing. So I'm using this. This is for you. And let's go ahead and let's turn it this way. I'm going to go for about the center of here. Pressing down, make sure I have ink everywhere. There we go. You really can't see much of anything. The VersaMark, they call it a watermark stamp pad. It makes your cardstock, the image that you stamp, a shade or two darker than your cardstock. But watch what happens. I just have a paper plate here to catch my excess. I'm going to sprinkle on my gold Stampin' Emboss powder. All right, and look, it clings to the ink and not the oil in my hands because we ran an Embossing Buddy over it. Okay, so now we need to melt the powder, and we're going to use the heat tool. The first setting is for drying ink, and sometimes we want to hurry it along, and the second, you hear that a little bit more, there we go, is for melting the embossing powder. So we hold this up, and so you can see this just never gets tiresome. Watch it go from powdery to shiny gold. As soon as it heats that paper, it goes like crazy. There we go, see? Oh my goodness. Just never get tired of that. So when you're done, go ahead and turn it in the light and make sure you have all of it, because if you see anything that looks a little powdery, and I think my Y looks a little bit powdery, you can always go back and finish it. There we go. It's all done. So now let me grab my big shot so we can emboss with the holly embossing folder and die cut our tag. We're going to use the Tags and Labels Framelits die to die cut the This Is For You into a beautiful tag. So I have here my Big Shot die cutting machine. So instead of the Big Shot platform, I have the magnetic platform. You'll really, really want this if you're using Framelits dies. And so this is an additional purchase, but worth every penny. So this is the start of our sandwich, the magnetic platform, and then a cutting pad, and then we have our cardstock that's all stamped and so pretty. Okay, and so we're going to use this die right here, and it's called a framelit because we're going to frame what we just stamped. And do you hear how that just clung? You clink, you hear that, and so it's keeping it in place for me. Okay, and then look, love this. We've got this little circle that's going to make a hole for us, so we don't have to try to stamp it ourselves. Okay, so here we go. Let's get it up in there. All right, I must not have found the most perfect place on here, so let's move around. Let's look for a place where, there we go. You want a flat place on your cutting pad, and so I always do try to keep a cutting pad just for the Framelits dies. Let's bring this down. Okay, boy, is that looking good. Very, very good. It's a tight fit, but I like it. Okay, so the rest of our sandwich is another cutting pad. All right, so we'll go ahead and crank this through. And look at what we get on the other side. Oh, just popped all out for us. Isn't that tag really pretty? And the hole ready for us. So now our sandwich changes just a bit for our embossing. So let's put this aside. And now we do need the Big Shot platform. And that comes with purchase of a Big Shot, as well as your cutting pads. We're going to use a cutting pad again. And then I have my Holly embossing folder and my gold foil sheets. Okay, so this is important because I want to emboss. I want the embossing, the raised side to be on the gold foil sheet side. So we want the Stampin' Up! Logo facing up. So we're going to place this on here. Okay. All right, and then the rest of our sandwich again is a cutting pad. Let's go ahead and crank this through. 3,000 pounds of magic. And look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. I can hardly stand it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Now we're ready to put our box together. So our Holly Embossed Gold Foil sheet is cut to fit the white gift boxes, and you'll find these in the holiday catalog. Now the holiday catalog, this is coming to an end soon, and the Tina Tag stamp set in here, it's retiring, but it's 20% off. Guaranteed available to order only through December 21st, 2016. Then it becomes available only while supplies last. So you'll want to pick up this fantastic stamp set, and you'll save money in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And so these white gift boxes, well, they're food safe as well. Isn't that great? So look how easy these go together. They come flat, and you just then go ahead, fold them down. And here we go. Let's get that tab in there. And fold, fold, and fold. On all of those already creased and ready to go. It's just a pretty box to start with. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. I had planned to put this on all 5 sides, but you'll see why in a minute, why we're just going to do the top. Okay, and so look, we've got all that texture on there. So instead of something like Snail or Fast Fuse, we're going to use mini glue dots. They're just super sticky. So we peel them back till we can see them in the light. There we go. And I avoid touching them whenever possible because that'll take away from their extreme stickiness. You know, if I touch them, they're not going to be quite as sticky. So we definitely want one in each corner. Okay, and I'll have all the measurements with the video. You'll find a link to it if you're watching the video on YouTube, or right underneath if you're watching the video on my stamping blog, www.stampingsmiles.com. Okay, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so at this point you will want to have filled it. Our white gift box is looking pretty with the gold embossed holly, but a little bit plain still. But wait, it's about to get better. And look, the white gift boxes, they come with these acetate sleeves. They come flat, you just fold them on their creases, and there is a seam right there, so we want to make sure that's on the bottom. So at first I was concerned, I thought, because they were a good tight fit, will I be able to put this around with adding cardstock to it? Actually the gold foil sheets, and look, it just slides right over and adds to the elegance. Alright, so next I have here the 5/8 inch gold satin ribbon. This is so elegant, beautiful to touch, beautiful to look at. So we're going to wrap it around. So we start from the top, let's come around to the bottom. And so my plan had been to cover all of the sides with the gold foil sheets until I got out my ribbon. And watch. Okay, so here we go. Come around back to the top. Oh, so pretty. This is just the nicest ribbon to work with. It ties beautifully. I don't think I've ever had to fuss with it and do it more than once. It just always ties into a really pretty bow. Okay, here we go. So let's fluff it up. Look at that. Is this just gorgeous or what? Okay, so remember we did our gift tag. All right, so let's trim that off a little bit. Let's get these tails a little bit more uniform. Fantastic. All we have left to do is to attach our pretty gold emboss. This is for you gift tag, but it's about to get even prettier. Look what I have here, the Holly Berry Builder Punch. It's going to coordinate with our holly embossing. And so we're going to keep with our gold. So I have here a scrap piece of the gold foil sheet. So let's go ahead and push that open. And we need 2 of the small holly leaves. Now the Holly Berry Builder Punch, it's also from the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. It will be available to order after the holiday catalog ends because it's carrying over. But what won't be available, it coordinates with the Holly Berry Happiness stamp set, and they're available in a bundle where you save 10%. Well, any of the bundles that are carrying over, their bundle discount won't, okay? So have a look at that and see if you want to pick it up before it gets gone. So we're going to use mini glue dots to attach these 2 together. And let's go ahead, press down on there, put these 2 together. Oh, looking oh so nice. So let's use another mini glue dot. I'm going to try to stay to the tip. Here we go. And we're going to attach it right here. Tuck that right there. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, good. And none of the mini glue dot is sticking over. Did a really good job. So now we need holly berries, but we've got white and gold going on. What to do? Well, we're going to use the basic pearl jewels. So I'm going to press down so the adhesive is stuck well to the pearl. And I love using my paper piercing tool instead of trying to pick it up with my fingertips. Get up and under and press and oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, so now we just need to attach it to our gift bag, and I have here the Trio Baker's Twine, also from the 2016 Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. Now this is retiring. Retiring accessories are available only while supplies last. And so, and that's what this is. But hey, it's 20% off, so you'll want to get over to my online store to pick this up and the Tina Tag stamp set before they both retire and get sold out. So remember that hole we made? Look how easy that is. We're going to tie it around this loop. It's so nice when we can keep our colors coordinating, so everything just blends in together. Makes it look so elegant. Ah, fantastic. Let me get myself some more to work with. Baker's Twine is inexpensive. Oh, look, look, look. And at 20% off, even less expensive. All right. All right. Here we go. And let's trim off those tails. And so all the supplies are listed under the video and available to order in my online store, but some of them, you know, only while supplies last. So here we go. Isn't that the perfect, beautiful finishing touch for our gorgeous and gold Christmas gift box? So like I said, you'll find all the supplies listed under the video and available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And I'll have those marked that are available only while supplies last. If over the last 12 weeks you've enjoyed getting to see a new paper crafting video of mine and just wish for more, well then I invite you to check out my membership site, The Stamping Playground. Did you know that every week I record a new exclusive video just for my playground friends? And that's added to a growing library of well over 90 videos. And all that is waiting for you for only $9.95 a month. So go check it out and become a Stamping Playground friend at www.stampingplayground.com. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.